Hello everyone, welcome to StudyIQ. In this video, I will bring to you the best multiple choice questions from the first week of February, that is from 1st of Feb to the 7th of February. Total number of questions I have covered is 175. So you can see that almost 25 questions per day and very exhaustive. You don't need to follow any website or any other material if you do this video comprehensively. If you want to follow me on Facebook, the link is in the description. You get a lot of important updates. I share a lot of important and interesting news, analysis, and my own opinions on my Facebook page. Also, time to time, which video will come, all the details are on the Facebook page. And an important announcement for SBI IPO 2017. So now only 80 days remain, and we will provide one video daily on maths and reasoning, which will contain very high level, advanced, very difficult questions by Mr. Abhishek Jain. It will be only for our pen drive and tablet users, those who have the dongle. Dongle will serve as the password breaker, that is for SBI IPO 2017. So if you want to buy the pen drive for SBI IPO or IBPS PO, all the pen drives are updated now. More than 200 videos are there in the pen drive. Plus, you will get 2 videos every week on our website. Again, this is only for pen drive and tablet users. If you want to buy any of the pen drive courses, you can dial this number 958-004-8004. So without further delay, let me begin. This time budget was a very important one and a very exhaustive, very long. So the TEC India, it was announced as agenda of the Union Budget by Finance Minister Arun Jaitley, and the budget this time was presented on February the 1st, 2017. It was very different budget in the sense that it was presented 1 month in advance. So usually the budget was always presented around last day of February or first day of March, but now it was presented 1 month in advance by our Honorary Finance Minister Arun Jaitley. And TEC, these are 3 separate words which were announced as the agenda. So T stands for transform. Transform means when you completely change something, that is called transform. E, what does E stand for? That is the question. So E stands for energize and C stands for clean. So these were the 3 words which were taken as the agenda of the budget. For which state has the Union Cabinet approved an amendment in the Constitution Order 1950 Bill in order to modify the scheduled caste list? So let me simplify the question for you. So you know that in our constitution we have something known as some castes which are written in the schedule, so called the schedule caste. So in schedule caste, one caste needed to be added in Odisha. So for that, amendment was necessary and it is approved by the cabinet. Which caste is that? If they ask in question, the caste is Sualgiri. Sualgiri is a part of the Sabakhia caste in Odisha, which is in schedule caste. For this, they will amend the Constitution Order 1950, and for that there is a bill that has been proposed. Now another question which might be asked is that one similar notification or similar approval from the Union Cabinet has been given for Pondicherry also. New name of Pondicherry is of course Puducherry, and in Puducherry also there is a schedule caste order which will bring about the change, but that one is schedule caste order 1964. So if they ask you in question 1950, it is for Odisha. If they ask 1964, it is for Puducherry. And Chief Minister of Puducherry is Narayanaswamy of the Congress Party. As per our budget, what is the amount that has been allocated under Manrega? So Manrega is the scheme in which a certain number of days are guaranteed for people who don't have jobs, who are unemployed. A certain number of employment days is guaranteed so that they can take care of their families. And this year has seen a record outlay for Manrega. Last year it was 38,500 crore rupees, and this year there has been an increase of 9,500 crore rupees. So 48,000 crore has been allocated for Manrega. Exceptionally important question. They might also ask the amount that is increased. So the amount that is increased is 9,500 crore. With which country did India recently conduct a high-level consultation in order to share views on counter-terrorism? So counter-terrorism is basically when you take measures to combat terrorism, that is called counter-terrorism, and to ensure that there is a mutual cooperation for dealing with the issue of terrorism. There was a high-level consultation between India and India's all-weather friend Russia. India was represented by India's Preeti Charan, India Secretary, and from Russia side we had Mr. Oleg Syro Molotov, who is the Deputy Foreign Minister. For how many years or to how many years? So basically, let me simplify the question. Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, which is also called Housing for All, in which 5 crore houses will be built by 2022. Remember this figure, 5 crore houses 2022, that is the target. Now, Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, there is a credit linked subsidy scheme for it, and the tenure, the duration of the loan has been increased from 15 years to how many years? So it has been made easy, simpler, more friendly. 20 years is now the loan tenure. That is, the loan that you take in the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana or the Housing for All scheme, you can pay back in 20 years now instead of 15. The amendment of which bill has been approved by the cabinet to declare Indian Institute of Information Technology Design and Manufacturing, Kurnool, as an institute of national importance. So this institute, very prestigious, Indian Institute of Information Technology Design and Manufacturing, also called IIITDM, which is in Kurnool. Now it has been given the status of an institute of national importance, but for that the cabinet had to amend an act actually, and this is the Indian Institutes of Information Technology Act 2014. So the answer is D. Now Kurnool is in Andhra Pradesh, by the way, in case you don't know. Kurnool is a district in Andhra Pradesh. Recently, where was the Digital Radio Roundtable Conference 2017 organized? It was organized by the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. And you very well know that our Minister for Information and Broadcasting is Mr. Venkaiah Naidu. He is our Union Minister for Information Broadcasting. And this conference took place on 31st of Jan in New Delhi, in the capital, New Delhi. How much amount has been launched by UNICEF for the year 2017 to help the distressed children across the globe? So the children who are in any kind of stress, especially poverty or health, education, how much money will UNICEF, United Nations Children's Fund, with its headquarters in New York, the same place where the headquarters of United Nations is there, how much amount will be spent by UNICEF for the distressed children across the globe for the year 2017? The outlay for the project is $3.3 billion. $1 billion is 6,700 crore rupees, considering the value of $1 as 67 rupees. 6,700 crore rupees. So this is roughly around 22,000 crore rupees is the amount UNICEF has kept for children. In which country has the world's largest battery storage plant been set up? World's largest battery storage plant has been set up by Tesla. Two companies. One is Tesla of Elon Musk, and second company is Edison. And the place is California, United States. California is the richest state in United States, which has the economy of California is bigger than almost all the countries of the world, leaving aside just 5 or 6. So it is in top 10 in the world in terms of economy, just the California alone. And therefore now California is a stronghold of the Democrats. So now the Republican president is there in United States, Donald Trump. So there were calls for Calexit, that is California secession from the United States. However, it did not gather enough momentum. Recently, the construction of how many housing units have been approved by the Israel government for the Jewish settlers in the West Bank? West Bank is not a bank, it is the name of a place. And a part of West Bank is under Palestinian occupation also. So it is in the occupied East Jerusalem. By the way, Jerusalem is also the capital of Israel. And recently the relations between Israel and United States of America have suffered because USA have passed a resolution by the United Nations that the settlements of Israel in the Palestinian occupied territories will be broken. They will be demolished. And therefore the relations between Israel and America have suffered in the recent last 2 or 3 years. So how many houses is Israel planning to build for Jewish settlers in the West Bank? The number of houses is 3,000. Which country has been invited as the guest of honor for the 2017 St. Petersburg International Economic Forum that will take place from 1st to 3rd of June 2017? St. Petersburg is a very important place in Russia, and the guest of honor will be India for their economic forum. So Russia, the currency is ruble, which has been on a steady decline for the past 2 or 3 years, and the president of Russia is Vladimir Putin. What was the fiscal deficit in the first 9 months of 2016-17 as compared to 87.9% for the same period in 2015-2016. So in financial year 2017, our fiscal deficit was 93.9%. 93.9%, and it was 87.9% 1 year back in financial year 2016, that is from 1st April 2015 to 31st March 2016. It was announced in the budget. What is the name that Arnab Goswami has proposed for his news channel Republic? So initially the name was Republic, but now the new name that has been proposed is Republic TV. So former editor-in-chief of Times Now, Arnab Goswami. In which country scientists have found a very old fossil? Fossil is the remains of any organic stuff like plants, animals, etc. The study of fossils is called paleontology. So in which country scientists have discovered this fossil of a 540 million year old fossil called Saccharithus, and it is believed to be an ancestor of human beings. Why ancestor? Because it is also deuterostomic, that is the anus was formed first and then the mouth. There are two types of animals. One is the proterostome, in which the mouth is formed first then anus, and second is the deuterostome, in which the anus is formed first then mouth. So all the human beings are deuterostome, and this particular fossil was found by the scientist of China in the Shaanxi province of, so this is called the Shaanxi province of China. Name the company which has been awarded as the best IT startup. IT is information technology. It was awarded under the IT and ITES category at the National Entrepreneurship Awards 2016, which were presented on the penultimate day of January the 30th. So the name of this company is Lucidius. It is an IT risk assessment company, Lucidius. Which of the following states have won the Electronic Governance or E-Governance Award for their excellence under the state category at the CSI Nihilent Electronic Governance Awards, which were recently held in Coimbatore, which is in Tamil Nadu. One of the largest districts of Tamil Nadu is Coimbatore. So two states have won this award for excellent implementation of digital initiatives. First is Rajasthan and second is Telangana. Telangana has a Telangana Rashtriya Samiti party government there, which is headed by Chandrasekhar Rao, who is the chief minister. And Rajasthan has a BJP government. Chief minister is Vasundhara Raje. Name the Bollywood actress who has been made the brand ambassador for the Clean India campaign, that is the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan by the Ministry of Urban Development, which is a very important ministry. In fact, even the metro, that is DMRC and others, they are also in Ministry of Urban Development. Metro is not under the Ministry of Railways. Keep that in mind. And the actress that has been made the brand ambassador is Anushka Sharma. A group of researchers from which country have developed the world's first heat-driven transistor? It is a transistor which is heat-driven, which will be run by the heat. It is world's first such transistor, and this flag is of Sweden. So the country is Sweden, and Sweden has two very important companies which they ask in news. Capital of Sweden is Stockholm, and one company of Sweden is Volvo, which manufactures basically everything from needle to aircraft. And the second company is IKEA, which is a furniture company, but it has shifted its headquarters from Sweden to Netherlands. However, originally this company is also from Sweden. Name the West Indies cricketer who has been banned because he took drugs, that is, he doped. So he took the substances which you are not supposed to take in sports for enhancing your performance, and he was therefore banned. So you have to tell me what is his name. His name is Andre Russell. He's 28 years old. He has been banned by the West Indies Federation for cricket, and this is as per the World Anti-Doping Agency guidelines. World Anti-Doping Agency, the headquarters is in Montreal, which is in Canada. And please also note, they might also ask one more question, that is, there is an athlete called Nesta Carter. Nesta Carter is a Jamaican athlete. He was a teammate of Usain Bolt. He took drugs, and because of that, Usain Bolt had to return his medal which he had won in 4x100 meter relay at the 2008 Beijing Olympics. Another thing, one more player, that is a tennis player. Her name is Maria Sharapova. She was banned for taking banned substances, drugs for 15 months. Now she has made a comeback in tennis. So remember these three players. Now there is a union minister, former union minister. He passed away recently. He was MLA from which state? So he was MLA from he represented the Mallapuram constituency, and he was from Kerala. So the answer is Kerala. He died one day before the budget session, before the budget was presented. So some parties like Shiv Sena, they had requested BJP to postpone the budget, but later the decision was taken to continue the budget at the pre-prescribed date. So the answer is Kerala. He was a minister from Kerala, MLA. Which of the following will be ranked under the India Innovation Index that will be launched by Niti Aayog? So Niti Aayog is National Institution for Transforming India. It is the new name of Planning Commission of India, and Niti Aayog chairman is Pradhan Mantri Narendra Modi, the vice chairman is Arvind Pangaria, and CEO, Chief Executive Officer, is Amitabh Kant. So Niti Aayog will rank Indian states on what basis? They will rank Indian states actually in the innovation, that is under the India Innovation Index, and this is basically an idea by three institutions. One is Niti Aayog, second is DIPP, Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion, and the third is CII, Confederation of Indian Industry. And this is basically to promote competition between the states with regard to innovation and give a boost to innovation. So this is like a competitive federalism that you can say. Name the country which is set to launch world's first and largest nuclear icebreaker fleet for a vast Arctic army. So just by looking at the options, you can answer this question. Arctic army, which country is close to Arctic circle? The answer is Russia. Very cold, and therefore they are building world's first and largest nuclear icebreaker fleet. In which country was the 31st Surajkund International Crafts Mela organized? In which state? So Surajkund Mela, it is the largest crafts mela in Haryana, and it is always in Faridabad. Very, very important. It is ending on 15th of February. It started on the 1st of February. And Surajkund Mela, they might also ask, what is the Mela known as this time? It is called Cashless Mela because there will be a focus on cashless. And to promote cashless transaction, volunteers known as Mela Mitra or fair buddies, something like that. Mitra means your friend and Mela is a fair. So Mela Mitra, these are basically volunteers who will visit the place and they will educate the people. Another thing, very important, there is a great freedom fighter from Jharkhand called Birsa Munda. Birsa Munda, the great freedom fighter from Jharkhand, his statue will be unveiled at the Surajkund International Crafts Mela. Which Indian female singer has collaborated with United Nations for a women empowerment project, and this women empowerment project is to prevent human trafficking? Her name is Niti Mohan. She is the only Indian singer to be part of this project. With which country has India signed a memorandum of understanding to construct multi-ethnic trilingual school? So multilingual trilingual school India will build in association with Sri Lanka, and here there are three types of cultures that will take education. So for example, Sinhalese people, then Tamils and Muslim students. So it is a multicultural environment that will be there in this particular trilingual school. Name the Indian MBA college, Indian Business School. B school means MBA college, which is ranked the best in India by the Financial Times Global MBA ranking of the best 100 programs for 2017. So there are two separate questions, one Indian and one foreign. So the Indian Business School that is ranked the best is Indian School of Business, Hyderabad, ISB Hyderabad, very, very important. And ISB Hyderabad, there is another campus also of ISB at Mohali. Where was the 53rd SARC Programming Committee meeting recently held? SARC, you know, it is an association of 8 countries, and India and the neighbors 8 countries constitute SARC, and 53rd Programming Committee meeting of the SARC countries was recently held at Kathmandu, and the meeting was conducted on, it was a 2-day event on 1st and 2nd February. And do you know the 8 countries of SARC? So India's neighbors basically, Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Nepal, Maldives, Pakistan and Sri Lanka. And name the B school that has topped the 2017 Financial Times Global MBA ranking. So the best school in India, the best business school in India is ISB Hyderabad, but in the entire world it is INSEAD. INSEAD is very, very important B school in France. Which country other than United States has suspended issuing visa to 5 Muslim majority countries over security issues? So United States of America banned the visa for 7 countries like Somalia, Iran, etc. But there is another country which is not giving visa to 5 Muslim majority country, and this country is Kuwait. Kuwait's capital is Kuwait City, and Kuwait is not giving visa to Syria, Iraq, Iran, Pakistan, and Afghanistan. These are the 5 countries, and this is again because of security concerns. What is the projected GDP growth rate of India for the year 2017-18? That is the financial year 2018, as per the Hong Kong and Shanghai Banking Corporation. So Hong Kong and Shanghai Banking Corporation is a bank of Hong Kong, China basically, and they had shifted their headquarters to London. And there is a news that they might shift their headquarters to some other city from London, although there is no official confirmation as yet. And Hong Kong and Shanghai Banking Corporation has projected India's growth to be 7.1% for the year 2018, financial year 2018. How much loan will NABARD, that is the Agriculture Bank for Rural Development, this bank was established in 1982, and NABARD will give how much amount loan to Haryana drinking water project. Haryana, which has been reeling under the scarcity of water, and also because of the issues with Punjab recently. So 157 crore rupees is the outlay, and this is basically for building deep tube wells in Ballamgarh, in Palwal, and these regions which have severe water scarcity. Name the Indian airline company that has won Asia's Greatest Brand 2016 award at the Asia One Awards, which were held recently in Singapore. So this is the airline which is called SpiceJet, and the headquarters of SpiceJet is in Gurgaon or Gurugram. By the way, this is very important question because SpiceJet won not one, not two, but many awards. They won the award, in fact, in 3 best categories at the Asia One Award. And not only that, the chairman and the founder of SpiceJet, his name is Mr. Ajay Singh. He won the title of the Global Asian of the Year 2016. Global Asian of the Year 2016, Mr. Ajay Singh, who is the owner of SpiceJet. World Bank. World Bank's president or director, you can say, is Jim Yong Kim. Jim Yong Kim. World Bank's headquarters is in Washington, D.C., which is the capital of United States of America. And Washington, D.C. is called Washington because the first president of America was George Washington. So to honor him, the name was kept Washington. Now, World Bank's headquarters is in Washington. NASA's headquarters is in Washington. IMF, International Monetary Fund headquarters, is also in Washington. And Washington is also the capital of USA. So the World Bank is giving loan to India as always, but this time it is for upgrading the quality of education, that is Technical Education Quality Improvement Project, which is called TECIP 3 in India. How much loan will World Bank give us? The loan will be $201.5 million, which is roughly, you can say, 1300 crore. Who has been appointed as the new chairman of the real estate company Godrej Properties? So Godrej has many businesses. Property, real estate is one of the business. Similarly, you have FMCG. It has brands like the Goodnight Refill, the Hit Machine to Kill Cockroach, Synthol Soap, and all these are Godrej brand, even Almira and all this. So Godrej is into a lot of businesses, and one of the businesses is real estate. So for the real estate company Godrej Properties, chairman is Piroj Shah Godrej. Scientists from China's Northwest A&F University, they have developed something. It's a question from Science and Technology, important one. So the scientists from China's Northwest A&F University have developed the first of its kind new bovine tuberculosis resistant clone of which animal? Tuberculosis resistant clone of which animal they have developed? It is a clone of cow. Which country successfully conducted the flight test of their new ballistic missile DF-5C recently? By the way, in the exam they might also give you the full form of DF, which is Dongfeng 5C, new ballistic missile which can carry up to 10 nuclear bombs, 10 nuclear warheads. So very powerful missile from China. When is the World Wetlands Day celebrated? So the marshy areas, in the deep hinterlands, they all come under wetland. Wetland has a completely different ecosystem, and to preserve wetland, to have their awareness, and there was a convention on wetland, or Ramsar Convention, on 2nd February 1971, and therefore we celebrate World Wetland Day on 2nd of February every year. 2020 Olympic Games, they will be in Tokyo, the capital of Japan. So in Tokyo Olympics, all the medals will be manufactured with which material? This material will be recycled mobile phones. Frank Lampard, he announced his retirement recently. He used to play for which football club? So he played for many football clubs like West Ham and some clubs in America also. but the most important club is Chelsea. Now they might also ask you, he played football for which country? So he was from England. Very, very legendary player, midfielder. Name the Indian badminton player who has been ranked as world number 1 in the latest Junior Badminton World Federation ranking. World number 1 junior badminton player is an Indian. So his name is Lakshya Sen. Lakshya Sen, and he is the first ever player from Uttarakhand to win the title at the senior level also. He is only 15 years old, by the way, and he is from Uttarakhand. By the way, his brother, Lakshya Sen's brother, is Chirag Sen. He is world number 2. In which stadium was the final T20 international match between India and England held? So first we beat England 4-0, and then in T20 also we beat them 2-1. The final was in M. Chinnaswamy Stadium, which is in Bengaluru, capital of Karnataka. By the way, I included this question so that I wanted to tell you some extra points. And one extra point is that there is a player called Yuzvendra Chahal, who is a fast bowler. He took 8 wickets in 3 matches and he was given man of the series. So questions like Yuzvendra Chahal is from which sport might be asked. Yuzvendra Chahal was the man of the series in the series. Where was the program on inner strength and disaster resilience recently organized? Disaster resilience. To combat disaster, inner strength can be a functional tool, as was suggested in this, and it was no doubt organized by NDRF, which is the National Disaster Response Force. It was conducted in New Delhi. For the eradication of complete uprooting of which disease has the Supreme Court directed the government to prepare a policy? It's a very important disease. Often there are the people who suffer from this disease, they are banished from the society, they are declared outcast. Very important disease, leprosy. Mahatma Gandhi, Baba Amte, these people had done immense work, seminal work for the eradication of leprosy. Which state has recently introduced transgender category? And transgender category they have included as third gender. So this is done for the board examination that are going on. This state is Bihar, which has a coalition government between the JDU and the Lalu Prasad's party. In which city has the integrated underwater harbor defense and surveillance system been launched recently? It is an underwater harbor defense and surveillance system that is for patrolling, and this was recently launched in Mumbai. Name the vehicle manufacturing company which has launched TAMO as its sub-brand, and this is basically a new company to make futuristic vehicles. So this initiative TAMO has been taken by Tata Motors. Which flower has been dedicated? Which flower was dedicated by President Pranab Mukherjee to his late wife at the annual Udyanotsav? Udyan means garden. So this is a festival for gardens, Udyanotsav, which was held at Rashtrapati Bhavan on February the 4th. So President Pranab Mukherjee dedicated rose to his late wife. To how many transactions has HDFC Bank reduced? Previously there were 5 transactions that you could do from your savings account if you had HDFC account. HDFC founder and chairman is Aditya Puri, very, very important person, but the number of transactions from 5 have been decreased to 4. That is, if you do 4 transactions, there will be no charge. Where has India's first center of excellence in automation technology been set up? Automation is a big threat to jobs, by the way. World Bank has said that 69% jobs in India are threatened because of automation and artificial intelligence, and the signs are already there. Infosys, which is the second largest information technology company in India, it laid off 9,000 people. That is, 9,000 people's jobs was snatched this year. So all because of automation. So the signs are already there for everyone to see. And India's first center of excellence in automation technology will be set up in Gujarat. Gujarat has a BJP government. The chief minister is Vijay Rupani. How many fraud websites and mobile applications have been shut down by UIDAI? So UIDAI has shut down a lot of fraud website and fraud mobile apps. What was their number? The number was a whopping 50, and out of these 12 were there on the Google Play Store also. The wrestler from which country have been banned by the government of Iran to participate in the Freestyle World Cup that will be there in February, from February 16 to 17, 2-day event. Iran recently performed a ballistic missile experiment, and this did not go too well with its arc for United States of America, and Donald Trump gave a warning to Iran also. So Iran protested and banned America's wrestlers from competing in the Freestyle World Cup. So the answer is United States. However, right after 2 days, the ban was uplifted also. First they put a ban, then after 2 days they revoked or uplifted the ban. So remember that, and Iran did a ballistic missile testing also along with China. So China, I told you, the Dongfeng ballistic missile was from China. Therefore, on which country United States President Donald Trump imposed a new sanction for conducting ballistic missile test? It is the Iran. And Iran capital is Tehran. And yeah, that's it. They will not ask anything more from Iran. Next, who has been appointed as the new Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the National Stock Exchange on February the 3rd, 2017. National Stock Exchange and Bombay Stock Exchange, these are our two biggest, largest stock exchanges in the country. And the new MD and CEO of National Stock Exchange is Mr. Vikram Limaye. Vikram Limaye is also the Managing Director of IDFC. And Vikram Limaye is also one of the 4 people selected by the Supreme Court to run BCCI, along with Ramchandra Guha and people like Vinod Rai, etc. Which Indian diplomat has been reappointed as a member of the Joint Inspection Unit by the all-powerful United Nations General Assembly, and his tenure will resume from January the 1st, 2018. So his name is Achamkulan Gare Gopinathan. He was previously also a member of the Joint Inspection Unit, and now he has been reappointed for the same for a period of 5 years, beginning January 1st, 2018. Who is appointed as the Principal Economic Advisor in the Ministry of Finance by the Appointments Committee of the Cabinet, which is responsible for all the appointments in the key positions for the Cabinet. So who has been appointed as the Principal Economic Advisor? His name is Sanjeev Sanyal. Sanjeev Sanyal. Who has been appointed as the new Director of National Thermal Power Corporation Limited, new Director Commercial of NTPC. NTPC is a Maharatan company, and this appointment was done on the February the 3rd, 2017. And his name is Anand Kumar Gupta. Joginder Singh, he passed away recently. He was suffering from long-term disease, chronic disease, and you must have seen this guy in a lot of TV debates. He recently passed away. He was the director of Central Bureau of Investigation, CBI, one of the most honest bureaucrats we had. What is the theme of the World Cancer Day 2017? So Cancer Day is basically to spread awareness about the cancer, many types of cancer. This year the theme was We Can, I Can. World Cancer Day, every year we celebrate on 4th of February to raise awareness about the cancer and its prevention. Name the solar-powered spacecraft of NASA, which has recently completed a close flyby of Jupiter for the 4th time. And this is not a new spacecraft of NASA, but it is run by solar power. And surprisingly, it managed to stay more than 50 days in the orbit. In fact, 53 days. And the name is Juno. It's a very important question, and the headquarters of NASA is in Washington, D.C. Recently, Reserve Bank of India has waived off fee charges for transaction up to what amount settled on IMPS, USSD and United Payment Interface. So if you pay up to rupees 1000, then you don't need to pay any transaction fee. This is to promote digital transaction by IMPS, USSD and UPI route. The gross non-performing asset of the public sector bank, they were what percent of the gross advances made by the bank in the financial year 2016, and this is still I think this is still September 2016. But basically in financial year 2016, the non-performing asset of all the public sector banks, they were 9.83% of the gross advances made, and they actually increased from the previous year. Which bill was recently introduced by the Finance Minister Arun Jaitley in the Parliament that has the ambition to replace the ordinance on the demonetization promulgated by the government in December 2016. So this is basically cessation of liabilities, which means that banks are not liable now. The people of the country are liable. So for example, if you have a 500 rupee or a 1000 rupee note that was demonetized, it is now illegal, and the minimum fine for possessing such note is 10,000 rupees. So be careful. If you have any note, it's better to tear it off or burn it. So the name of the bill was Specified Bank Notes Cessation of Liabilities Bill 2017. Specified Bank Notes. So the answer is D. Name the Indian state which has planned to set up anomaly committee for the implementation of 7th Pay Commission. This is basically for grievances redressal. 7th Pay Commission will be applied in Assam from April onwards, and Assam Chief Minister is Sarbanand Sonowal, who made this announcement. So, of course, since 7th Pay Commission will be there for the government servants, there will be grievances. So, to address those grievances, complaints of the servants, there will be a anomaly committee. In collaboration with which country has India set up a coalition for epidemic preparedness innovation, which is called CEPI, to accelerate research and development for epidemic? Epidemic is a disease which comes at a specific time in a specific place. Like for example, dengue comes at a specific time for 2 months, somewhere around August, September in Delhi every year. And chikungunya, for example, in south states like Karnataka, even in Delhi this time chikungunya came. This is an example of an epidemic. Don't confuse epidemic with endemic. Endemic is a disease which is specific to a particular area only. Like for example, goiter. Goiter we see mostly in people who live at the mountainous regions, on mountains, etc. Because these people don't consume a lot of seafood, therefore they suffer from iodine deficiency. So that is an example of endemic disease. Epidemic is different. There is another disease called pandemic. Pandemic is which traverses the international boundaries at a global level. That is a pandemic disease like Ebola, etc. So with which country is helping us to build a coalition for epidemic preparedness innovation? One of the most important question. This country is Norway, Scandinavian country. The capital is Oslo, and Norway has a very important chess player called Magnus Carlsen, who is the world chess champion. Magnus Carlsen. In which city 21-day Bharat Rang Mahotsav 2017 began on February the 1st, 2017. So this is a very important festival. It took place 19th time this year in New Delhi. Where was the foundation of the Center of Integrative Oncology laid down recently? Which city will have the Center of Integrative Oncology? Onco means cancer. Oncology means study of cancer, and the doctor who specialize in cancer treatment are called oncologists. And this will be built in Noida in Uttar Pradesh. With which country did India recently sign a memorandum of understanding for technical cooperation in rail sector with special emphasis on the safety operation? So we know that rail budget was merged with the general budget this year for the first time since the inception of the budget, rail budget. And rail sector will focus on safety operation. Which country will help us to upgrade our technology for safety? It is Italy. Surprisingly, Italy. We have signed a MOU for cooperation in rail sector with Italy. Again, a very important question. At which of the following international border has the center decided to set up smart fencing to basically upgrade our security, to increase vigilance, and to have better patrolling? It will be done in the India-Pakistan international border. And India has a border with Pakistan with a lot of states like Rajasthan, Gujarat, like Jammu Kashmir, and the largest border with Pakistan, the longest in fact, is with Rajasthan. In which country has the Right to Information RTI Act recently come into force? So in India, RTI was during the Congress rule, during UPA. But one more country has recently brought RTI now, and this is India's neighbor, Sri Lanka. Which brand topped the list of the Brand Finance Global 500 ranking 2017? So which is the best brand in the world as per this report, the Brand Finance Global 500 ranking 2017 by Brand Finance. Super important. This brand is Google. The founders of Google were Sergey Brin and Larry Page, who has recently been sworn in as the new US Secretary of State. This announcement was done long back, but his sworn-in ceremony was conducted in the first week of February. His name is Rex Tillerson. He will replace whom? John Kerry. John Kerry was the previous Secretary of State, and the new is Rex Tillerson. Name India's first ever online exhibition gateway launched by Liquid Asia, which is a digital marketing company in collaboration with ikarmic.com. This India's first ever online exhibition gateway is called xfirst.com. Who has recently been appointed as the whole-time member of the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India? Whole-time member of IBPI, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India, is all of the above. All the three people have been included. Suman Saxena, Navrang Saini, and Mukulita Vijayvargiya. Which fruit has recently been found hazardous by scientists if its intake is followed by skipping the evening meal? So this was seen in Bihar's Muzaffarpur, that if you consume lychee, then your blood glucose level decreases significantly. In fact, it may go down as low as 70 milligram per deciliter. So therefore, You should never eat lychee empty stomach, and if you at all eat lychee, then don't skip your meal after that, because your glucose level will fall down and you may die. And a lot of children died in Muzaffarpur. More than 100 children died because of consumption of lychee. In which of the following oceans have scientists found an evidence of the existence of a lost continent? So a full continent, scientists said that it is underwater, and it is in Indian Ocean. So this is a sort of a discovery made by scientists at the University of Witwatersrand, which is a university in South Africa. Which country has India beaten? Which country India beat in the final of the Asian Junior Team Squash Championship? It was the 18th time this championship took place, and it took place in Hong Kong, which is a special administrative region of China. So India beat which country in the final? India beat Malaysia in the final of the Asian Junior Team Squash Championship. And another important thing, you should remember one player from India who is very important. India's number one player is Velavan Senthil Kumar. Another player, which squash player they ask in exam, is Joshna Chinappa and Deepika Pallikal. These are the three players you should absolutely know from squash. Who won the 2017 National Snooker Championship title? So he has 16 world title. His name is Pankaj Advani. This was like a cakewalk for him. National Snooker Championship title. As per the latest ICC ranking, International Cricket Council ranking, which batsman topped the list for T20 internationals? Which batsman is the number one T20 player in the world? It is Virat Kohli. Number 2 is Aaron Finch of Australia. And Virat Kohli in one day ranking, he is in test he is second, and one day he is third. In T20 he is number 1. And when it comes to teams, number 1 team in T20 is New Zealand. Asim Basu passed away recently. He was a very popular personality of which field? So he was one of the best theatre personalities, and he was very active in Odisha. So he did Odia theatre. Recently, Reserve Bank of India allowed all the non-resident Indian, that is NRIs, to access ETCD for reducing the risk on their currency, that is hedging their currency risk. So what is the full form of ETCD? So ETCD is called Exchange Traded Currency Derivatives. Exchange Traded Currency Derivatives. Who is heading the committee constituted by the Ministry of AYUSH to prepare a yoga protocol for diabetes control? To prevent diabetes, sugar, Ministry of AYUSH, that is Ayurveda, Unani, Yoga, Unani, Siddha and Homeopathy, that is called Ministry of AYUSH. The Minister of State with independent charge for AYUSH is Shripad Yesso Nayak. He is our Union Minister for AYUSH. And who is heading the committee to prepare a yoga protocol? It is Dr. H.R. Nagender. For the first time, pink teddy bear, the toys were given to female voter to lure female voters if they vote. This is to encourage women participation in the poll process. This was done in Goa. So the elections are in 5 states like Goa, like Punjab, etc. Name the England cricket player who has been honored with the Commander of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire, CBE, which is one of the highest civilian honors that you can get in England. So the name of this England cricket player is Alastair Cook. In which country was the world's longest passenger service flight recently inaugurated? So which country now has the honor of having the world's longest passenger flight? So this country is Qatar. The capital of Qatar is Doha, and this flight will be from Doha to Auckland. Auckland, it is in New Zealand, and this flight is for the distance is very, very large, more than 14,000 kilometers. So 14,535 kilometers to be precise. And this distance will be traveled in 16 hours 20 minutes. Just imagine sitting in a flight for 16 hours 20 minutes. It is the longest flight from Doha to Auckland in New Zealand. Who has been appointed as the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer CEO of the KPMG for India? Who is the KPMG's new MD and CEO for India? So this honor has been given to Arun Kumar. He will take over as the MD CEO of KPMG India. Who has recently been elected as the legislative party leader of the Tamil Nadu's political party AIADMK. So there has been an upheaval, a sort of a mini anarchy you can say in AIADMK, All India Anna Dravid Munnetra Kazhagam, and they had Mr. O Pannirselvam as the chief minister after the demise of the Selvi Jayalalitha. But Shashikala, she was made the general secretary of the party, and then all the MLAs they gathered together and declared her as the chief minister. O Pannirselvam was forced to step down. So Shashikala Natarajan is the answer. She is the new chief minister of Tamil Nadu. To which startup firm has the tech giant Google planned to sell its Terra Bella business? Basically, Google is selling its Terra Bella business, basically a sort of a satellite business, to which company? The company that is acquiring Google satellite Terra Bella business is Planet Labs. In which state our sports minister, that is our Minister of State for Sports and Youth Affairs with independent charge, is Vijay Goyal. So he recently inaugurated India's first Center of Excellence for Para Sports for the athletes who are differently abled. Where will it be set up? It will be set up in Gujarat, and the budget will be 50 crore rupees for the same. Which country will host the FIBA Women's Asia Cup Basketball Tournament, which is in July 2017? India will host it. FIBA Women's Asia Cup Basketball Tournament in Bengaluru. Remember that. It will be, and India will also host the Under 16 Women's Asian Championship from October 22 to 28 in Hyderabad. So, Under 16 tournament will be in Hyderabad, and the Women's Asia Cup Basketball Tournament will be in Bengaluru. The answer is India. Name the winner of the 78th Table Tennis Senior National Championship. It was recently held in Haryana at Manesar. So it is our veteran, very experienced Achanta Sharat Kamal, one of India's best, historically the best table tennis player in India's history. Achanta Sharat Kamal beat Soumyajit Ghosh. Remember both of these players when it comes to table tennis. Suranjit Sen Gupta, he passed away recently. He was a political leader of which country? Suranjit Sen Gupta. Name is Indian. So he was a popular Hindu leader in Bangladesh. And Bangladesh, the party which is ruling is the Bangladesh Sheikh Hasina's party. And the name of the party is Bangladesh Awam League. So Bangladesh, he was a prominent Hindu leader in Bangladesh Awam Leader Party. Pathani Patnaik, he recently passed away. He was a famous personality of which field? So he used to write novels. He was a literator. That is, he was active into literature in Odia language. He was from Odisha. Name the Pakistani Urdu novel writer who passed away at the age of 88 in Lahore. One of the very famous Urdu writers in Pakistan. The name is Bano Qadsiya. In which city was the measles rubella vaccination campaign recently launched? Vaccine, it is a part of active immunization, and the doses is given to prevent the onset of a dangerous disease like measles and rubella. The campaign was recently launched in Bengaluru by our health ministry. Our Union Minister for Health is JP Nadda. Scientists from which country? They successfully transplanted the world's smallest pacemaker, Micra Transcatheter Pacing System, for the first time in a patient suffering from bradycardia. See, our heart beats 72 times per minute. If the heartbeat decreases, the number of times the heart beats decreases. It is called bradycardia, low heartbeat. High heartbeat, as during anxiety, fear, is tachycardia, which happens in excitement or when you exercise. It may go as high as 130 to 140 heartbeats per minute during exercise. So, to prevent bradycardia, there is a world's smallest pacemaker. Pacemaker is the sinoatrial node which is in the right auricle, and this serves as an artificial pacemaker. Pacemaker is which replaces SA node. So it is world's smallest, and it was done by the doctors at United States of America. As per our budget, who will be the chairman of the Payments Regulatory Board, which is being set up under the Reserve Bank of India? Reserve Bank of India will be responsible for the working of the Payments Regulatory Board, and its chairman will automatically be the Governor of Reserve Bank of India, who right now is Mr. Urjit Patel. How much fund has been allocated to the National Security Council Secretariat for the financial year 2017-18, that is for the financial year 2018-2017-18 fiscal? So the amount is 333 crore rupees, and this National Security Council Secretariat is responsible for giving advice to the Prime Minister on strategic and securities issues, both national and international. Which new scheme will be launched by the Union government to fund the export infrastructure in the country? To improve our infrastructure for exports, there is a scheme which will be called the Trade Infrastructure for Export Scheme. Trade Infrastructure for Export Scheme. What is the total amount that will be spent on the CM Samagra Gramay Unnayan Yojana, which is launched by Assam government. This gentleman is Chief Minister of Assam, Mr. Sarbanand Sonowal of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Assam capital is Dispur. And how much amount he will spend on this Yojana? It is 30,000 crore rupees. 30,000 crore rupees will be spent. Who has been appointed as the Managing Director and CEO of the new finance bank that we have in India called Ujjivan Small Finance Bank, which opened recently. In fact, it opened as recently as on 6th of February. And its MD and CEO is Mr. Samit Ghosh, who has been appointed as the head of the 6-member committee that is formed to review the Supreme Court subsidy abolition matter to the pilgrims of Hajj. So this is basically to suggest improvements in the entire process. Supreme Court banned Hajj subsidy, which was started, and even Islam does not allow Hajj subsidy. The Hajj Yatra, which is one of the holiest pilgrimages, it has to be done with your own hard-earned money. And there is a committee which is being set up to look into this matter, and the head is Mr. Afzal Amanullah. In which city of Andhra Pradesh has the first smart police station been launched? Smart police station, digitally advanced police station, has been launched in Guntur by Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu. And by the way, Guntur comes in Amravati, and the place where police station has been launched, it is called Nagarapalam police station in Guntur in Amravati in Andhra Pradesh. Now there is a railway line which has been started. It is the first railway line between Port Blair and which other city of Andaman and Nicobar, and it is also the largest city in Andaman. The name is Diglipur. Diglipur, there is a railway line, 240 kilometer broad gauge railway line connecting Diglipur with Port Blair, which is the capital of Andaman and Nicobar, located in South Andaman. Within a duration of how many years all the mobile phone numbers have to be linked to the Aadhaar card? This is to upgrade the security. This is the direction of the Supreme Court. So with how much what is the deadline that the Supreme Court has given all the mobile numbers to be linked to Aadhaar card? Duration is 1 year. Name the bank which has signed an agreement with the insurance company Cigna TTK Health to market their products. Whenever a bank collaborates with an insurance company, it is called bancassurance. That is, the bank sells the products of the company, and with Cigna TTK Health, this company's products will be sold by the Bank of Maharashtra. Next question. Name the bank which has recently signed an agreement with Earthport PLC for enabling faster cross-border payments to its customer. For this, to upgrade their technical capabilities, Earthport PLC has collaborated with the Axis Bank. Axis Bank is India's third largest private bank. Largest private bank of India is ICICI. Second largest is HDFC. Third largest is Axis Bank. In which Indian city Ujjivan Small Finance Bank launched its 5 pilot branches? The first 5 branches recently were opened in Bengaluru, which is the space city, science city, many names Bengaluru has. Ujjivan is the latest finance bank addition in the Indian banking ecosystem. Name the agency which will be launched by the Human Resource Ministry. Our Human Resource Minister is Prakash Javadekar, and Human Resource Ministry will conduct entrance exam for all the higher and senior education in India. So the name of this is the National Testing Agency. National Testing Agency will be responsible for conducting all the entrance exam in India. Name the hiring service that has been launched by the company Uber. Very, very important. And this was launched in Kochi. The name is Uber Hire. Uber Hire. Who has been honored with the 2017 Genesis Prize? It is given by the government of Israel for his exceptional contribution towards Jewish community. He is an Indian and he is a renowned sculptor. His name is Anish Kapoor. At what temperature did Qatar record the lowest ever temperature in its history on 5th February 2017? Qatar is a Middle East country, usually very hot, but it recorded a temperature which is the lowest in its history. It is 1.5 degrees Celsius. If in option they ask in Fahrenheit, then it is 35 degree Fahrenheit. Which medicinal plant has recently been discovered to have healing properties, multiple healing properties, which might be used to develop anti-cancer drug also? So this is a question from, again, Science and Technology and also Environment and Ecology. The name of this plant is Neurocalyx calicinus, and it is a plant which was seen in clinical trials It is a plant which is used by a tribe in Kerala called Cholanikan tribe in Kerala for anti-inflammatory properties. Cholanikan tribe in Kerala uses this medicinal plant. Maybe an anti-cancer drug can be built from this plant. Which England cricketer recently resigned? He won the Order of the British Empire also recently, the honor. Alastair Cook, he resigned from the post as the captain of England. In how many days the Iran government uplifted the ban for US wrestler? So I told you within 2 days the ban was uplifted. Which country will host the World Billiard Championship for a continuous period of 4 years? In 2016 also it was hosted by India, and India will continue to host the World Billiard Championship. So in 2016 it was won by Pankaj Advani, and he beat Peter Gilchrist of Singapore in the final. When is the International Day of Zero Tolerance for Female Genital Mutilation observed? Female genital mutilation, the target is to end it by the year 2030. Keep that this year in mind. Female genital mutilation, disfiguring of the female vagina, the genitalia of the female, is a very common practice in a lot of countries. But this is like a one of the worst things that can happen to the small children. And International Day of Zero Tolerance for the same is observed every year. So they are asking you the year, it is the day. So it is February the 6th. With which country did India conduct a joint exercise for the Indian Coast Guard recently to upgrade its technical abilities? It is UAE, United Arab Emirates. United Arab Emirates capital is Abu Dhabi, and the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi was the chief guest at the Republic Day. Which state has recently signed a MOU with the project construction company and Ministry of Tourism for implementation of the tourism projects in the state? To upgrade tourism, which state has signed a MOU with project consultation company also and with Ministry of Tourism also? The state is Jammu and Kashmir. In which city recently there was a conference called the 2017 International Conference and Exhibition on Terrestrial and Satellite Broadcasting recently took place? Just mug up the name. It was, by the way, 23rd conference, New Delhi. What amount has been allocated for Bharat Net project to promote digital transaction in rural India? This was announced in the budget. 10,000 crore rupees will be spent to promote digital transactions. This is as per the Bharat Net project. Which organization is setting up a dairy processing and infrastructure development fund to boost the financing of milk processing capacities? It will be done once again by NABARD. NABARD will set up a dairy processing and infrastructure development fund. And they might ask you in exam how much amount will be in this fund? 8,000 crore rupees. What percentage of the money corpus can be prematurely withdrawn from your national pension system by the national pension system subscriber as per the Union Budget 2017-18? So if you avail the pension, you can withdraw 25% pension tax-free prematurely. Which country has successfully tested DF-5C ballistic missile? So I told you it is China, Dongfeng missile. Now this is an important question. Who has recently written the book The Sons of the Dragon? And this is a sequel actually. This is a sequel to his previously written book. The name of the author is George R.R. Martin, and the name of his previous book is The Rogue Prince, which came in 2014, and this is the recent book, The Sons of the Dragon. Answer is George R.R. Martin. Which country will become the world's first country to completely divest from fossil fuels? That is, the country will not invest a single penny in fossil fuels like coal, petrol, etc. This decision has been taken by Ireland. The capital of Ireland is Dublin. Who has been appointed the new Deputy Chief of the Army Staff of Information System and Training? Again, a senior Army appointment, so important. His name is Jagbir Singh Chima. Lieutenant General Jagbir Singh Chima. Name the present chairman of the National Commission for Protection of Child Right, also called NCPCR. He was in news recently, and because they conducted a sort of a movie competition, a poster competition with the theme of child rights. That is why this organization was in news, and its chairman is Ms. Stuti Narayan Kakkar. When do we celebrate the Indian Coast Guard Day? Indian Coast Guard Raising Day, which protects our long coast guard. The state with the longest coastline is Gujarat, followed by Andhra Pradesh. So, Coast Guard was raised on 1st February 1977. So February 1st, we celebrate the Indian Coast Guard Raising Day. Who is appointed as the new Engineer-in-Chief of the Indian Army? New Engineer-in-Chief of Indian Army is Suresh Sharma. Now, India is sending its delegation for the SARC Programming Committee, its 53rd meeting, which will take place in Kathmandu, Nepal. So, who is leading the Indian delegation? It is Mr. Prashant Agarwal. Which country will host the 2017 South Asia Speaker Summit? South Asia Speaker Summit will be conducted from February 18 to 19 in Indore, in Madhya Pradesh, in India. Who is appointed as the Director General of Border Road Organization? Please note that all the highways at the borders and on mountainous regions, very, very difficult to build. These highways are built by the Border Road Organization. Its headquarters is in New Delhi. And all the general national highways are built by National Highway Authority of India. Its headquarters is also in New Delhi. Border Road Organization, new Director General is Mr. Sanjeev Kumar Srivastav, not Mr. Suresh Sharma. Mr. Sanjeev Kumar Srivastav is the new Director General of BRO, Border Road Organization. He will replace Mr. Suresh Sharma. Which platform will be launched by our central government to leverage information technology? Which platform will be built by our union government? This platform is called Swayam, and on this platform, lot of free videos will be there by the quality faculty. In fact, more than 350 online courses will be there. Which state government will give 2% reservation to sportsmen in government job? 2% reservation for sportsmen. And Dhoni is also from this state. The answer is Jharkhand. The Chief Minister is Raghubar Das, and he is the first non-tribal Chief Minister of Jharkhand. And by the way, he also announced that in Jharkhand there will be something known as the Kamal Club. Kamal Club will be the club for upgrading for training of football. Kamal Club, which will be to promote football. Which country will host this conference? It is called Implementation and Assessment Group Meeting of the Global Initiative to Combat Nuclear Terrorism. So there is a meeting in which a lot of countries will participate. This is for combating nuclear terrorism, and it will be in India. In fact, it concluded recently. It was on 8th of February. With which sport is this gentleman associated? Satvik Sairaj. So Satvik Sairaj, and remember two names more. One is Manisha K and one is Saurabh Verma. And another name is Reshma Karthik. So remember these players, they are all badminton players. They won recently the 81st Senior National Badminton Championship. So Satvik Sairaj and Manisha K, they won the mixed double, and women's single was won by Rituparna Das. She beat Reshma Karthik in the final, and men's single was won by Saurabh Verma. He beat Lakshya Sen in the final. So remember the name as many as you can, but do remember at least three names: Satvik Sairaj, Saurabh Verma, and Rituparna Das. Name the Indian personality who has been elected as the Vice President of the Asia Squash Federation. So he was previously the President of the Squash Rackets Federation of India. Now he has been upgraded to the Vice Presidentship of the Asia Squash Federation. His name is Mr. Debendranath Sarangi. Which state has recently announced Civil Service Award? So they will award civil servants for their exceptional contribution in public administration, excellence in public administration. This decision was taken by the government of Himachal Pradesh. The capital is Itanagar, and it has a BJP government. Chief Minister is Pema Khandu. BCAS has recently suspended the license of Indigo's aviation security training facility. And please note that Indigo was flouting the rules. Its training facility is called Interglobe Aviation. So the license of Interglobe Aviation was suspended recently by BCAS. What is the full form of BCAS? BCAS is called, so they are asking what does C stand for in BCAS. It is the Bureau of Civil Aviation Security. So C stands for Civil. Bureau of Civil Aviation Security. Which of our ministry, Union Ministry, has launched the annual book called India 2017 and Bharat 2017? It was launched by Venkaiah Naidu, who is the Minister of Information Broadcasting. So this is the annual book of Information and Broadcasting in Hindi and English. As per the announcement made by Finance Minister Arun Jaitley, what is the maximum donation that the political parties can accept in cash? Previously, the amount was 20,000 rupees. It has been decreased to 2,000 rupees. If you want to pay to political party more than 2,000 rupees, you have to pay in check or any other way. When was the Foreign Investment Promotion Board constituted? It was in news recently because now, according to the budget announcement by Arun Jaitley, Foreign Investment Promotion Board has been cancelled. Now there is no more Foreign Investment Promotion Board. So it was constituted in the year 1996. As per a recent discovery, which galaxy or which supercluster is racing through the space at a speed of 2 million km per hour? The galaxy in which we live is Milky Way, and Milky Way is being pushed by Laniakea. Laniakea, which is speeding at a rate of 2 million km per hour. In which Indian city Uber Moto was recently launched? Uber Moto. So Uber Moto is basically for two-wheelers. It is not for four-wheeler. It was launched in Hyderabad by the founder of Uber, and he's a very important person, and his name is being asked in exam time and again. His name is Travis Kalanick. He launched it in capital of Telangana, Hyderabad. Travis Kalanick. He is the chairman and founder of Uber. As per our finance minister, what is the income tax rate from 2.5 lakh onwards till 5 lakh rupees? The rate was previously 10%. Now it has been slashed to 5%. If you earn 2.5 lakh rupee, you don't have to pay income tax. Limit has been kept constant. But if you earn 3 lakh, then also you don't have to pay, because the tax calculation will be this will be 2500 rupees. And as per Article 87A, if you earn less than 3.5 lakh rupees, you don't have to. You will get a rebate of 2500 rupees. Therefore, even if you earn 3 lakh rupees, you don't have to pay any income tax, because the tax has been reduced from 10% to 5%. With how many public sector undertaking, how many government companies will be there in the new exchange traded fund? New exchange traded fund, total number of companies that will be there is 10. Ramappa Temple, it was in news recently. It is located in which state? So our Archaeological Survey of India, it has to send a name for UNESCO to be considered for the status of the World Heritage Site. And it recently announced that Delhi's Lotus Temple will not be sent. Instead, Ramappa Temple can be sent. Ramappa Temple is one of the most famous temples in Telangana. So the answer is Telangana. Telangana is very likely this year the submission to UNESCO from Archaeological Survey of India. With which news channel Twitter recently partnered for coverage of this year's budget? Budget was very comprehensively covered on Twitter this time, and for this they did a partnership with CNBC TV 18. As per a recent discovery, which element might become the nanomaterial of the century? Nanomaterial of the century can be boron. Boron, lithium, germanium, they are all semiconductors. Boron has an atomic number of 5. In which state is the famous Nagoba Jatara festival celebrated? Nagoba Jatara festival is celebrated in Telangana. It concluded in Telangana on the February the 1st. And which state it was celebrated? Telangana. District is Adilabad. Which country recently confirmed its new ballistic missile testing? So as I said, it is Iran, and Iran's defense minister is Hossein Dehegan. Name the Indian researcher who is a part of the project under which laser light is being used to speed up electronics, and this research is at the very prestigious Max Planck Institute of Quantum Optics in Germany, and the name of this researcher is Manish Garg. In which Indian city was the amount of black carbon found to be 5 times higher than the safety limits which are set by World Health Organization, which has its headquarters in Geneva, Switzerland? The black carbon limit is 5 times the safety limit in Kochi, Kerala. So to set up Guinness World Record, how many people they joined hands in a saltwater lake in Argentina to form unassisted free floating line? So all the people, they stood in line and they did not hold each other's hands. That is, it was unassisted line, and for that 1941 people they joined hands together. They stood together in a line. They made a new Guinness World Record. Previous record was around 634 people from Taiwan. For hunting of which rare species, Pakistan Security Force arrested 16 members of an entourage of the Emir of Qatar. So Qatar's king had a entourage of 16 members. They hunted down which animal? For that, Pakistan Security Forces arrested them. This rare species is the Howbara bustard. When do we observe the Mahakaruna Divas? Karuna means sympathy, compassion. Mahakaruna Divas 2017 was recently celebrated in Leh. It was and PM Modi was also present on the occasion. In which of the following states was the India Art Fair recently concluded? India Art Fair was concluded. It was for the 9th time this fair took place. It is Asia's one of the largest fair for modern and contemporary art. It took place in New Delhi. With which country has India recently signed a MOU for a student exchange program involving a petroleum university in the country? Student exchange program for a petroleum university is the oil-rich Venezuela. The capital is Caracas, and Venezuela is a member of OPEC also. Which country has become the 4th country where a recent species of butterfly was recently, it is a rare species of butterfly, it was spotted, and they might as well ask you the name of the butterfly also. So the name of the butterfly is Limenitis rilei, and this is a question from environment and ecology. And which country became the 4th where this butterfly was spotted? The country is India. Where in India? It was spotted in Arunachal Pradesh. And the only 3 other countries where it has been spotted before is Tibet, Myanmar, and Vietnam. Capital of Tibet is Lhasa, Myanmar is Naypyidaw, and Vietnam is Hanoi. Who is the Director General of World Trade Organization, which was in news recently? The director is Mr. Roberto Azevedo. He was in news because he was on a 2-day visit to India. With which country has Mexico signed a bilateral free trade agreement to promote commerce and business? They have signed it with Turkey. The head of state is Erdogan, and the capital of Turkey is Ankara. Next, BioAsia has recently signed projects worth how much amount? So just mug it up, 3308 crore rupees. This is an important question. Which insurance company will launch the Varisht Pension Bima Yojana 2017? This is for the senior citizen. It is a insurance policy. Varisht Pension Bima Yojana. Bima means insurance, Yojana means scheme. And under this scheme, there is an interest of 8% fixed for 10 years, and the maximum amount that can be invested is 7.5 lakh rupees. It will be started by Life Insurance Corporation of India. Colonel Nizamuddin, remember the photo that I showed you? He passed away recently. He was a driver of which freedom fighter? He was a driver of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. Very, very important person. Which state leads in the solar power generation capacity? Very, very important. Even last year it was number 1. Tamil Nadu is number 1. It added more than 9 megawatt solar power. So if you want a completely exact figure, then 9,012 megawatt was added in the year 2016 till December 31st. India's first National Women's Parliament was recently conducted in which state? And more than 400 women legislators from India, 91 parliamentarians, and 300 social and corporate women leaders participated in it. It was conducted in Andhra Pradesh for women empowerment. In which city was the WLPGA, World LPG Association 2017 Asia Summit recently held? LPG is liquefied petroleum gas. In India, we mostly use isobutane. So this LPG Asia Summit, it was conducted from February 7 to 8th in New Delhi. Which of the following country is not a partner country for the Global Investor Summit Jharkhand, which is called Momentum Jharkhand? The brand ambassador is Mahendra Singh Dhoni for the same because he's from Jharkhand. This is basically to attract investment from foreign companies. Japan is there, Mongolia is there, Tunisia is there. These are our partner countries for this, but not Bangladesh. At which seaboard was India Navy's annual theatre readiness operational exercise, which is called TROPEX, which is to see how ready we are for a naval combat. This was conducted at which seaboard? So it was conducted at the Western Seaboard. With which country did India recently sign a double taxation avoidance convention so that the people don't have to pay taxes 2 times? It was signed with Austria. The capital is Vienna. So you can see the quality and quantity both were excellent this time. I take double the pain to bring this video in English. Please share the video as much as you can. Thanks for watching.